So we're missing some items. Well, it's a time-lord stage. It's dimensional and transcendental. So at this point, they said they were going to give me some sound. I don't know if we are going to have sound. Is it coming? One, two, three, sound. Yeah. There it is.
What? I thought you were
All right.
It's not that big. We could do it without sound.
Yeah, we could. We don't have that many people here this morning because they all worked hard last night.
What are you doing? Got everything? Does it show everybody? I know, nice.
Very good.
It still looks like
Good morning, AFW!
Good morning!
Well, did you know that the first thing this morning was a zombie crawl? So,
So does Walking Dead.
it is. AFW Walking Dead.
I stumbled while I got up. I don't know why. I got up and I felt like I was drunk even though I wasn't.
Yep, that's con drunk. And on Tuesday, how many years is your first convention? Anybody? If this is your first convention, on Tuesday you're going to feel really bad. Just so you know, am I right? On Tuesday you start feeling that missing, that longing, that I wished I was at convention.
Because it's Mondays you have to have your day off to sleep in, and then Tuesday you're like, now that I finally got myself all bushy-eyed, I'm like, now I miss the convention.
Yes. Monday you'll be tired enough to sleep through most of it, but Tuesday you get that postpartum depression. But don't worry, it does fade. Stick with us on Facebook. AFW has a Facebook group, and Peter Pixie, if you're not my friend on Facebook, I don't know why, because we are...
We're friends on Facebook.
Yes, we are friends on Facebook.
You can friend me on Facebook, too. I'm Chuck Huber with umlauts over the U.
Yeah, make your computer do that.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes, indeed. There's a microphone for you guys as well. That one is a wireless. So, anyway, we're going to get started here.
How are you guys?
All right.
Oh, is it farther on your side?
All right, I'll stand out of the way, too. So, all right. Yes, if you're tired, you're doing it right. That's the important part. Ladies and gentlemen, the Splits! Yay! Come on up, fellas. We got some chairs for you.
That we did.
Yes, indeed.
You guys are on an airplane to Seattle.
Exactly, and that's all right. We'll call them on the phone. We'll call them. Hey, what are you doing? We're flying.
Yeah.
Didn't know you had wings.
Maybe you shouldn't be talking.
Yeah.
Your phone be off then.
All right. Now, how many were at the guest panel yesterday? All right. Yes. You were there, and you two weren't there.
No, sorry.
All right.
You're on the plane.
Well, in that case, since we've already had Erica and Lucian and Chuck introduce themselves yesterday, but these two fine young gentlemen weren't, we're going to have them introduce themselves. Just for those of you who were at the party last night, that wonderful concert, my goodness, did you guys rock. That was incredible. So well done, well done. Hey, can we give the Slants a round of applause because they were fantastic last night.
We had a great announcer.
I'll tell you the one thing, though, I'm impressed with. You're here after doing that concert last night. You're here in the morning. I was, fully expecting it, because rock stars sleep in till noon most of the time at conventions, so thank you very much for being here. Anyway, I'm going to turn this over. Introduce yourself. Tell us what you do in the band. Yeah, go ahead and use that. That one's a wireless one.
Yeah. Hello. Hi, I'm Simon. I play bass in the band. I also babysit band members by wrangling them to random things that we have to show up to. And actually last night instead of going to sleep, I was editing photos and uploading them to our Facebook page. So if you want to see pictures and some video from last night, you can go to the Science Facebook.
I'm Tyler. You were at the show last night. You know that I play drums in the band. I'm really happy to be here. This is my first time in Wichita. We had a great time here.
Now, I want to ask you guys a quick question. Yeah, on your bio it says you've been to 46 out of the 50 states. Now, was Kansas one of the 3 you had not been in previously?
No, it's Hawaii, Alaska, North Dakota, and North Carolina. But we went to North Carolina.
Oh yeah, we haven't.
So maybe it's 47 out of 50 now.
All right.
But yeah, we haven't. The band has not been in Alaska or Hawaii or North Dakota together. So.
North Dakota. Well,
kind of out of the way for touring alone.
I'm kind of surprised you hadn't been to Hawaii yet, but you know.
We've been trying to, but there's a convention out there. We're working our way over there.
And I just want to mention it for those of you who didn't hear me yesterday, and you two didn't. My wife and I, we used to run Anime Festival Wichita back in the early days, and around AFW 2 or 3, we received an email from you to come to Wichita, but it went into the spam folder, so we didn't see it till after the convention, and we felt terrible because it was like, we would have loved to have this glance down here. That was 8, 9 years ago, so that was incredible. So yeah, so we're finally glad you made it and that you came to AFW. So
we're glad to be here. We hope to be back again soon.
Excellent. All right. So, let's go ahead. We got Lucian, we got Erica, we got Chuck, and we have the boys from Slants. Who has a question? Wake up. Anybody have a question?
Okay, it's been a great panel.
Thank you very much. Well, I have questions. See, that's why they have a moderator, just in case this happens. All right, let's start with Chuck. Good morning, Chuck.
Good morning.
Morning. Now, Chuck, you not only do voice acting, but you're also a pretty prolific actor as well.
Right.
I like the word prolific. It's kind of nice. You've got some projects coming out. Can you talk about those a little bit?
Sure. It's early, but yeah, I have a feature film. Well, let's start with Star Trek Continues. Star Trek Continues, I play Dr. McCoy. Vic Mignogna, Todd Habercorn play Captain Kirk and Spock, respectively. So that's been going really well. We just premiered episode 3 in Australia at Supernova in Perth and Sydney, and the Star Trek community is going crazy for it. So it's kind of fun to be in the middle of, Vic started it as a project of love, and now it's been accepted by the Star Trek community as part of the Star Trek canon. And Vic actually, do you guys know what the Saturn Awards are?
I do.
Yeah, Walter Koenig had to drop out, and they brought Vic in to substitute for Walter Koenig, and so we're really, really accepted in the Star Trek fandom, which is weird because my father-in-law and older people I know are really geeking out over it because they can't believe I'm actually a part of the Star Trek fandom. I can't believe I am either. Other than that, I have a feature film that I wrote and directed and edited called Arbor Day the Musical, which is a musical comedy about September 11th. Nothing funnier than that day. But it actually, I have a friend whose father was the highest ranking military officer killed at the Pentagon, so I pitched the movie to her after seeing her father's grave in General's Row in Arlington National Cemetery. And she was in favor of the film being made because she thought the myth is too much of a fake image of what is actually, what actually happened that day. It's just the day her dad died, so she was in favor of me shredding it, and that's what I like to do. I like to shred myths because I think we're controlled by myths and manipulation and TV and media. I like to wake minds up and let people think for themselves. So that'll be out soon, very shortly. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chuck Huber. That's also why I love hanging out with you on Facebook and such. It's great. All right. So what kind of projects do you have coming up? Because you're currently involved, Erica, with Kill la Kill. Is that right? Anybody watching Kill la Kill? Woo-woo! Yeah. Woo-woo. Yeah. Woo-woo. Here, go in case you want to use that. All right. So tell us what kind of projects you got coming out. What's going on?
Well, there's Kill la Kill. If you're not going to Anime Expo, which they'll be releasing the DVD early on July 5th, and they're also premiering the first episode there and having a concert, this paid event, and it's going to be crazy. Hopefully, I'll be there. But if you're not going to that, they're releasing the DVDs July 15th. There's a Blu-ray combo limited edition pack, there's a Blu-ray combo standard pack, there's the regular Blu-ray, I think. I don't know. But there's all that stuff, and you can buy the DVD then on Anaplex's site or Right Stuff, maybe. I don't know where they're selling it. But then in September, I've got one game I can't talk about yet, but if you follow me on social media, I'll be talking about it when I can. But that's in September. And then another game in September called Fairy Fester F, where I play one of the lead supporting characters, Aaron, in that game. Blood Lad just came out. I mentioned that at the last panel. You can watch the first 10 episodes on Neon Alley for free. Well, there's the OVA, which I also play a character in, but I'm scattered throughout. I play incidental, so it's just a bunch of characters. in that series, and it's a really fun series. I actually enjoy the dub a lot more than the sub.
Oh, all right.
That's just my personal opinion. But it's funny. It's about vampires and trying to get this girl back to life from being a ghost. So.
That sounds extremely humorous.
And it stars Bryce Paxton. If you guys like Bryce Paxton, nobody likes Bryce Paxton.
Nobody likes Bryce Paxton. Nobody.
I'm kidding. He's a great guy. No. People are recording. I have to
video
say
right
he's
there,
a good
yeah.
guy. Yeah. No, he's great.
I know. Lucian, what you got coming up?
Well, the difficult thing about our profession is that there are things I'd love to talk about. They're very exciting, but I'm under that NDA, the lock and key, non-disclosure agreements.
We won't tell anyone.
Exactly. No, this won't go anywhere, right?
Yeah, this video
No
will
one when he pulls out their camera.
No one goes on the internet, right?
The what?
That stuff doesn't get passed
No.
on there. Well, I can say I'm also in Blood Lad. I play this character called Akim, who's this very creepy, kind of a villain character. I won't say too much else about it, in case of spoilers. But again, it's a short series, so again, you can go on Hulu or the Viz websites and stream all the episodes right now.
So you play a bad guy in that. You also play Jafar.
Yes.
Bad guy.
So he is not a bad guy in Labyrinth of Magic.
Okay.
But yes, people.
Is Aladdin the bad guy? 'Cause that would be awesome.
That would be awesome, but I don't think that might be maybe in the third season. Maybe
Yeah.
that'll be a big
He
twist.
might turn heel.
Might
that happen.
She plays Aladdin and he plays Jafar.
But actually, great that you brought that up because they are going to be dubbing season 2 of Labyrinth. This is now the Kingdom of Magic, right? And Jafar does pop up, not very much.
Not as
but
much
he
as
is
you'd like.
there, yeah. She's in it a lot more, obviously. But similarly, my website, which is my name, LucianDodge.com. I keep all, anything I'm able to announce, credits and shows and stuff, I announce there. So the stuff, which I don't have to talk about right now, but can't, if you keep up on my website, you'll be able to.
When do you think we'll see that on your website?
Soon. Because I think it's, again, I think they're doing a thing at Anime Expo, hint hint. Well, they'll be doing a big thing on it. So
all right.
If you want to detective that, you can feel free.
Excellent. And gentlemen, where are you headed next? Where is this Lance headed next?
Well, we got shows kind of in our home area, Portland, Oregon, Seattle. We're going to be doing a couple West Coast tours. We recently debuted a music video with Conan O'Brien, so that was really exciting. And then Ryan Seacrest got really jealous and wants to work with us next. So sometime probably late this summer, we're going to drop another video and work with Seacrest. And so we're definitely excited about that.
Simon has a new book.
Oh yeah, I published a book.
Talk about your book.
Yeah, what's the book about?
So it's a book called Music Business Hacks for people who want to be independent artists or musicians and kind of talk about the business aspects and how to go about doing things without needing a big record label or something like that. So we're all about being independent. Our band's been independent our whole time, so we definitely love doing it.
And that's important, and that's one of the reasons I love a lot of the bands that you'll see here at AFW because they're independent bands. They're bands that have been doing it for a while, that have a nice following, but they've done it all themselves. They didn't go on The Voice and suddenly get a big break with CeeLo or something. They actually have been working and just developing their fan base. And I've been doing this for 14 years. I know you guys have been doing it for about 10 years. And one night, one day you're an overnight success. Although I don't know what that looks like yet, but someday we'll be the Slants. It'll be great. All right. What kind of questions do we have? Yes, ma'am.
This is for Chuck. Have you ever had a fan request that you had to think twice on whether or not you wanted to do it?
Yeah, I generally don't like signing body parts. Although there was a fan who requested that I poke her in her glass eye, which I totally did, because that's awesome. We were like, dunk, 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 dunk. At the end of the panel was Vic and I were like poking this 15-year-old girl in her glass eye, and you know, people walking in, why are those men poking that little girl in the eye? And it was really cool, because it looked real, and you're just like poking this girl in the eye. We're like, you should wash your eye now, because we have dirty hands. But yeah, other than that, I'm cool with most requests.
Poked her in the eye.
Poked her in the glass eye.
All right.
I actually saw her the next year, and she had popped the eye out and put blood and makeup on it, and she was cosplaying as a zombie. I know, it's awesome. She was so bad to the bone, man. Talk about taking something that people could, you know, make, you know, into something you don't like yourself about. She just was like wearing it straight out. People were amazed at her. That's the thing I love about this community. We take anything that you know, we're supposed to, in regular society, be ashamed of or try to hide, and we go, no, let your freak flag fly.
Wear it as a badge of honor.
Be you.
Be you.
What, yes, ma'am.
This is for Erica and Nisha. What's your favorite part of Maggie, and what do you like most about your character?
I like the friendship aspect. As our friend Eric, who plays Alibaba, usually coins the term, friendship is Maki. So that's kind of our motto for the show when we record. But yeah, it's a lot of the friendship aspect. I think episode 17 of both series, I've seen both of them all the way through. I don't know what it is about episode 17, but they always make me cry. Like, they're just really touching, like, super friendship punches you in the face. So, it's so sweet and endearing, and it wrenches my heart because it's so great. And as for what I like about Aladdin, he's super cute, and he loves, like, everyone he gets close to, and I'd like to be that person where I can just make friends with everyone and see the good in them and help them out. I think he's a really well-rounded character.
I've always been a fan of magic, fantasy, wizards. I used to pretend to be wizard when I was young. I'm saying, if any environment, I guess I'd be safe to admit that. Yeah.
This would be it, exactly. We accept that.
I still pretend to be a wizard.
All right.
So yeah, I like the genre, and as far as Jafar, I love that he has he's a multifaceted personality. Like you know, when he's playing his kind of the right hand man to Sinbad, and so he keeps it very together and very just kind of gentle and welcoming. But then if you say anything bad about Sinbad, then he gets very, very dark. And he says, you just crossed the wrong person, my friend. It's going to hurt bad now. And then on the other hand, there are moments where Sinbad will do something that just completely flusters you. And you're just like, okay. And so he has his silly moments too. So I enjoy getting to do all of that within one character.
Yes, go ahead.
Question for Chuck. You mentioned yesterday that you weren't really the fighting type, you didn't really like violence. How does it feel playing violent characters?
Oh, that's the best part, is that I'm not a violent human in real life, but in anime, I love to whoop up. That's part of the great part about, like, there's not a lot of acting where you get to blood-curdlingly scream. Maybe horror movies, but even then you're screaming in fear. In anime, you get to scream in triumph or attack. So you're having a bad day, or maybe you got energy sort of built up in you, and you need to just just go ahead and let it go. You get a lot of sort of catharsis, to use the Greek term. But yeah, so I enjoy fighting and being evil and doing dangerous things in anime because it's really safe in the booth. I never get hurt.
You never get hit back.
No. Sometimes the engineer or director will hit you a little. That's only because you're behaving poorly.
Bad actor.
Yeah. Okay. Act one.
Like, take it too many times.
Yeah. Take 3.
Don't let there be a take 4. What other questions do we have for our audience? Yeah, from our audience. Yes.
This is for everybody. What is one con moment, good or bad, that you will never forget?
Let's give him a second. Do you have one?
Yeah. I can start. There's it's a con/fan moment, and a lot of times we get fans who come up to the table and they'll bring. It's always a handwritten letter for some reason, where they say your voice or your anime or your character helped get them through a period in their life where they didn't think they were going to make it for whatever reason. And that's always really special to me because we get to be blessed with being, stewards of these anime in the real world because the characters can't come out in the real world, but we can. And there was one time a friend of a fan called me and said, hey, my friend got shot, she's in the hospital, would you give her a call? And I said, sure, and I put it in my list. I usually have a list of fans or letters or things I have to do for the community. And I usually get to it within a week or a couple weeks because there's a lot of them. And so I finally got to her, and I'd forgotten, I knew she was in the hospital, but I'd kind of forgotten she'd been shot. And then I called her, and I was like, blah, 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 acting like Chuck. Hey, how you doing? Are you in the hospital? What happened? And she said, well, I'm sure you've seen the news. And I was like, oh, God, this is more serious than I thought it was. And then she had been in a mass shooting in Northern California where 15 people had been killed by her aunt, and she'd been shot 4 times and stabbed 3 times. And because I started the conversation like, well, I'm going to try to cheer you up, I couldn't really shift gears, so I just kind of kept being myself. And I was making her laugh and telling her she was like a superhero. She was like Wolverine. I was like, how many times were you stabbed? Oh my God, that's amazing. And afterwards, her friend who was in the room got on the phone and was like, she hasn't smiled or laughed in like 2 weeks. You're the first person to make her smile or laugh. So that was really special. And then I met her, and then she came in like a month later in a wheelchair. Someone's wheeling up to the table. And she's like, hi, and I can't remember her name right now, but it was kind of amazing. You have that digital connection and then a phone connection and then in real life. That to me was pretty special.
Well, let's see. This isn't no way like yours.
Here, I'll make a fart joke.
Okay, awesome, thank you. Chuck had mentioned that he doesn't sign body parts. Our band doesn't have that rule. We do sign body parts. However, once at a convention, someone brought their baby, almost newborn, and like, will you sign my baby? That was pretty awesome. Top of the head.
I guess for me, the really standout moment was when this last summer we played at Dragon Con, and then we got to meet and hang out with George Takei, who's like a total hero of mine, and that was like a really amazing moment. Yeah, he was like giving us advice on kind of breaking into the entertainment industry as Asian Americans, and so that was just a really cool, special moment, like where I got to be a fan of the convention and like geek out over somebody. So that was definitely very, very cool.
Simon was like, will you sign my check? Sign my baby.
Let's see. I think as far as a silly, like a memorably silly moment that I can recall, I was at Miami Hurricane this past, a few months ago, and I was with my colleague Amanda Miller, and we were there primarily because of our roles in Danganronpa. This very bizarre kind of mystery game. A bunch of students wake up and they don't know why they're there, and they have to figure out what's going on. But we did this thing where as our respective characters, because I play this character named Hifumi, and she plays Junko, and we switched off doing the lyrics to Let It Go in our character voice. That was very strange.
Yes, indeed.
I don't know if I have anything